Good morning, Higher Hope. This is Friday, April 3rd, and I just wanted to do another check-in this morning and just talk a little bit about relationships. We've been walking through this week kind of some tools and some ways to look at relationships, especially in this time of crisis and this time of isolation. And I wanted to kind of maybe backtrack, maybe just step back a little bit and kind of state a fact that Melissa Ripley says it this way, and she heard it from somebody else, but we live in a messy middle. It's a messy middle. Um, all of life is really a messy middle. Relationships can be really, really good. It's not good for man to be alone, and it's supposed to. It can be a joy, a delight, and there's laughter and fun. But on the other side of the coin of the goodness of relationship is the mess that it can be as well. Not that it just can be, that it is. Right now we are living in our homes with homeschooling. We have a 6-year-old all the way up to an 18-year-old, 4 kids, and there is a lot of mess. A lot of you clean up a room, then it gets a mess again. We have a lot of some. Last night we woke up in the middle of the night because someone woke up. We have times when I came down this morning, the doors are open, and boxes of cereal are left in the cupboard without any cereal in it. And there's this frustration sometimes in relationship, and that's of every relationship. Even the best relationships has this messiness to it. And the question sometimes is, how do we handle the messiness? How do we handle, especially when we're living so tightly together, more probably so than we have in years of living, working from home, or homeschooling, and this frustration builds in us because it's such a messy middle. Like it seems like we're hoping to get to the other side, that we'll eventually find a schedule that works, but the mess continues. And I just want to just remind you, maybe encourage you a little bit, that we all live in a mess. Let me put it this way: we all, first of all, personally, we all are a mess. We all have quirks. We all have times that we get angry. We all have times when we have frustration. We have times when we do something stupid, or we are a mess. And when we put one person who's a mess with another person who's a mess, it creates a bigger mess. And then when you add some kids who are a mess, that creates a huge mess. And right now, I just want to let you know that you are in the messy middle. And I'll give you the other side of that is, I don't know if we ever get out of the middle. We are always living in the mess. And how you maneuver through it is the question. It's never going to be perfect. It's never going to be less, not frustrating at times. It's never going to be just like you have these emotions riled up in you. We will always, always be in the mess. And this is what I want to encourage you with is in the middle of the mess, we can't fix it. We can do little about it. But Jesus came to move into the middle of the mess. John 1:14 says, "The Word became flesh and blood and moved into the neighborhood." And I would say moved into the mess. We saw the glory with our own eyes, the one-of-a-kind glory, like a father, like son, generous inside and out, true from start to finish. It's like Jesus' whole plan for our redemption and our brokenness was to move into the mess. He didn't ignore the mess. In fact, when he was walking through, whether it's Jerusalem or Galilee, he would tend to see himself moving toward the messiness. People who were broken, people who couldn't see, people who were outcasts, lepers, who were kind of kicked out of society. He would deal with people who had brokenness in their life, people who've been married 5 times, people who were just caught in adultery. He would move into the mess, and I want you to embrace the mess and not run from it. Let Jesus come into your mess. Let him calm you. Like the picture is, when you look at porcupines, the problem with porcupines is that they poke each other. And right now in our lives, in our houses, we're playing bumper cars with porcupines. Like we're constantly bumping with each other, and we're constantly poking each other, and we can't let that stop the relationship. We have to work our way through it. We have to show, here's the word, we have to show a lot of grace. We need a lot of grace. We need to show a lot of grace, a lot of forgiveness, a lot of I love you, and it's okay. The mess is okay. And I hope that you this today can kind of change your view of the mess. That it is what it is. You'll always be in the mess, but to find grace and delight and just this this new view of how we handle the mess.